Cool. So yeah, welcome to this Zoom, you guys. For those of you who I've never met before, my name is Krista, and I'm a double diamond with our fabulous team. And your leaders have invited you on here tonight so we can all just kind of like get fired up for September. We were just talking a few minutes ago about how kids are going back to school, people are getting back into the routine. So I just felt like now is a perfect time to kind of really just gather as a group and kind of like, connect as a team. So yeah, hopefully you'll find some value in this Zoom tonight. Feel free to ask questions here in the chat box if you want. And let's pretty much go ahead. I just made some notes here, so if you see me reading, just want to make sure I don't forget anything. I just basically wanted to get together here tonight, like I said, to connect as a team and just kind of like get back to routine and get some good energy going between us all, because I know we have some goals to hit. And I also just wanted to kind of like rack my brain for my favorite tips for sealing the deal with people, enrolling, working my business efficiently, like basically like how I work my business. And if you're new and you have no idea how to talk to people to get them to sign, hopefully these tips will help you out. So I have put them together, and they're in no particular order, but I just wanted to kind of go over them with you guys. So I know that a lot of you have some goals, and whether it's, honestly, I just wanted to say this, whether it's an extra $150 a month or whether it's an extra $5,000 a month, your goals are important. They're important to your leaders and myself, and we can help you get there because all the resources and the training is here for you guys to learn from. So if you don't know how to do something, the good news is you can learn how to do it. You can find how to do it somewhere on our team pages, somewhere on a Zoom that's been recorded, somewhere on a YouTube. And so that's the cool thing about this business, is you don't have to struggle for too long just not knowing what to do. You can always find some support from a leader or from the information that's already been created on our team pages. Okay, so just kind of jumping right in. If you are new to the business, or if you found this summer a little cray-cray, consistency is the most important part of our business. So if you are not consistent in this business, you're actually not credible. And I know that sounds crazy, but Mariska and Shelly, who are on here tonight with us, they know that if you are not posting daily, the one day that you miss a day of posting is literally the day that somebody is coming to your page and ready to talk to you about the business or the products. And because it's so easy to get into a business like this, it's also really easy to get out of a business like this. So people will actually assume that you've quit. Hey, Jenna, welcome. So like your page and your Facebook is literally your open for business sign. So I have always thought about this business like a real bricks and mortar business, like a store. So if I'm not turning my store open sign on at the beginning of every morning, like no one's going to know that they can come in and shop with me or earn money with me. Okay. So if you're struggling in this business and you're just like, why am I not signing? What's going on? Literally look at your own page. Have you posted every day? It's as simple as that. And that's one of our biggest tips. So if you're not getting results, make sure you've at least eliminated that possibility that you're not getting results because you haven't been consistent. You know what I mean? You always want to be able to say that. I've been doing this for 3 years, and like almost every week I get somebody brand new that's been watching me for 3 years, literally since the beginning, reach out to me for the very first time and say, okay, I'm finally ready. Tell me about this coffee. Or, okay, I want to know what it is that you're doing to make extra money. So consistency is like the foundation of your business house, you guys. So it's so important. Cannot stress that enough. When you are getting into this business, you want to do it to make some extra money. You don't do it to spend money. I get that more than anybody, but you do want to be a product of the product. So if you don't have a lot of extra cash, literally pick one thing that you're going to do a 90-day challenge with. Take that product every day and share your results. You guys, if you walked into a restaurant and you asked your server what their favorite dish on the menu was, and they were like, oh, I've never actually tasted anything here, you would be like, what? So it's really, really important that you take this seriously as a business if you want to even make an extra $150, okay? You are building trust and credibility with your potentials. And if you literally haven't tried the product, it's really, really hard to do that. So the good news is that our products are amazing. I love them. You will find something that works really well for you. So whether it's the greens or the hair, skin, nails, or the wraps, find something that you're excited about and that you love, and get some results with it. It doesn't have to be weight loss. It can be better energy, improved digestion, stronger nails, whatever it is. Just have a little story to tell your potentials. I think it's so huge when you can say, oh, I love to mix my coffee, with the keto coffee because I love the taste. Or, I drink the greens hot. I make a hot chocolate with the chocolate greens. Like, just have something personal that you actually share with them. And that goes such a long way when you're actually talking to potentials, okay? So when I was an esthetician, I don't know if you guys know me, but that's my background. I was a spa practitioner, makeup artist. I used the skincare that I sold. I used the sunless tanner that I sold. I used the nail polish remover that I sold even. I wanted to be able to chat to my customers about what kind of results they could expect and how to use the product. And I only could do that if I knew what I was talking about. So it's so important. Pick a product, have an auto ship, look forward to that product coming every month, because our products are amazing and you will earn so much more. I don't know anybody who has been successful in this company, even if it's as a Ruby, without trying one product right off the bat. So that's really important. Okay, so that's like the basic business stuff that I wanted to just get out of the way because it can never be said enough times. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I say in messages to make sure that I seal the deal. In the beginning, I gave way too much information and I gave too much at a time. So this is a really common mistake that I see distributors make. So when I'm talking to a potential, you guys, about a product, I introduce one concept at a time, okay? So if I'm talking to them about keto coffee, I'm gonna talk to them about how it works and how it's gonna make them feel. I wait for them to respond, then I bring up the price. I wait for them to respond, then I bring up the loyal customer program. I don't send them a big long paragraph that talks about how the coffee works, the fact that it's a 90-day challenge, what the price is, they get 40% off, blah, blah, blah. It's way too much for them. It's going to overwhelm them. And a confused mind always says no. So I literally try to focus on saying sort of 2 sentences and ending with a question when I'm messaging any potential. And that goes for the business as well. I'm not going to send them a big long paragraph saying, you can earn as much money as you want and unlimited fast start bonuses, and you can work from your phone, and we use Facebook, and we're in 26 countries, and it's $99 to join. Did they want to start? Whoa, Nelly. They are going to be so overwhelmed. They're going to want to get out of that conversation immediately. So really focus on talking about one concept at a time, couple sentences, and then a question. When I was at conference, I heard a top leader, I can't remember her name now, but she just said that she ends most of her questions with, most of her messages with, how does that sound? And I started to do that because people love to kind of get into it and learn about the products without any pressure at all. So if you're just like, what do you say? Are you ready to go ahead with the keto coffee? They're going to be like, whoa. But if you just say, how does that sound? People are like, yeah, that actually sounds pretty good, and you can go from there. So the keto coffee is going to help you burn fat for fuel. It's going to be a breakfast replacement. It's going to help you with mental clarity and focus. How does that sound? Sounds good. Okay, awesome. It would normally retail for $190, but you're going to get it for $114. How does that sound? Well, that sounds okay. Great. Let me tell you about our loyal customer program. So it's a really great way to keep the conversation flowing. Yes, Mariska, my faves are, how does that sound good, or make sense? That's Perfect. When you're in a conversation, you guys, and you just end with a statement, there's no like pull for them to have to respond. But if you ask them a question, it's kind of impolite to leave the other person hanging. So ending with a question is honestly one of the best ways to make sure you keep the conversation flowing with your potential. Yeah, just make sure you're asking some sort of question at the end of every message. The other thing I always say with asking questions is really make it about them. And I know this sounds obvious, but sometimes when we're so excited to sign a potential, whether we're new or not to the business, we just want to give them all the information and kind of rush through that because we want to sign them. If you find out more about them and what drives them and how you can solve their problems, the better in this business you're going to do. So I jotted down some sample questions that I would actually ask a DT, but you can absolutely do this with LCs. So some of the questions I like to ask are, what is that like? What is it like for you to struggle month to month and never have any extra money? What's it like for you to work 60 hours a week? So what is that like is a big one for me. Tell me more about that. So if they're like, I want to earn some extra money to pay off my student loan, tell me more about that. What'd you go to school for? How much do you owe? How much extra money do you want to make, to pay that off, right? So tell me more about that. How can I help? How would this help your family? What would you use the money for? When do you see that changing? Those are all great questions to ask someone who's thinking about making extra money with you. If they just literally don't even know, if they're just like, oh, I don't know, they probably don't have a strong enough why, and they're probably not ready to commit as a DT. But if they're like, geez, it's really hard to work 60 hours a week and never have any extra money, you can empathize with them and you can start to really connect with them and really offer them a solution. They have a problem, okay? You have a solution. You have a way for them to make extra money and a simple duplicatable system. So get to the core of what they're really struggling with, make it personal, and tap into the emotions of what that's like for them. And that's going to make so much more of a difference than just, here's a way to make extra money, it's $99 to join, are you interested? So get into their heart and get into their motivation for why they would want to make extra money. Ask those investigatory questions. It's going to make a huge difference. With LCs, I always ask, how much weight do you want to lose to feel your best? What have you tried in the past that hasn't worked? Tell me what your eating is like every day. I ask them, like, when are they ready to get started with their weight loss journey? So I'm really asking them about them, their goals. And then when I present the information, I say, based on what I'm hearing from you, so that they know that I've listened to them. I'm not just like, here's a pill, take it and you'll lose weight. Everybody has different goals. Some people want to lose 5 pounds. Some people want to lose 150 pounds. So I take all the information. I'm like a little hunter-gatherer. I'm gathering it all up. And then I'm putting together a plan just for them based on what they've actually told me. So I'm showing them that I've listened. So that is absolutely huge. Kind of jumping around a little bit here. That definitely are my most effective ways of signing LCs and DTs. With distributors, you guys, I get them on the phone. So I have them watch an opportunity video when I'm prospecting them, and I ask them if they're open to learning more about what I do. I'm having them watch a short opportunity video. Right now I'm using one from Melissa Wilbur that I found on YouTube. It's 10 minutes long. I send it to them and I tell them I'm going to follow up the next day. And I do. I set a reminder in Messenger. I follow up the next day. I ask them what their favorite part of the video was. I then ask them when we can have a chat on the phone, and I offer them a couple times. And we go ahead and we set up a time to chat. Again, talking to them on the phone makes you a real person to them. It doesn't make it someone that you're just chatting with on the internet. I try to keep the opportunity calls short. I always say that I have another call to get to so that it doesn't go on for like an hour. We don't want to draw them out too long, but you want to find out what their reservations are. You want to overcome those objections, and you want to get them excited about making some extra money. So I always try to get potential distributors on the phone as much as possible. So yeah, so that is how I like to seal the deal. In general, when you are sharing about your business, you guys, Shelly, Mariska, Jenna, and myself, we all teach or follow attraction marketing. So we're not this big giant advertisement of the company. We're just ourselves, and we're attracting people to what we have to offer from the way that we post, and the way we interact, and the way we do our stories online. Okay, so the biggest tip that I have for learning attraction marketing is don't sell what it is, sell what it does. Okay, so that's with the product, and that's with the business opportunity. When I'm posting, I'm not posting about a skinny coffee because honestly, who cares? I'm posting about something that helps people feel amazing. Energy is skyrocketing. They're losing weight. They're just making one simple swap in the morning. People want to know more about that. But if you're just posting a picture of the actual literal coffee, why should they stop their scroll and reach out to you and ask you for more information about it? You have to make them feel an emotion when they see your page. So same thing with the opportunity. It is honestly the littlest things that can get people interested in your business. I've literally posted pictures of myself at the gas pump being like, my weekly bonus is paying for my gas right now. Or, me at the nail salon being like, Rap Cash paid for this manicure. People can see themselves making an extra $40 here and there or $100 here and there. They can't see themselves making a $10,000 bonus. It doesn't seem real to them. They don't have a brain cell for it. So market the little things and what this business is doing for you. If it's giving you a community of cool, positive women, share that. If it's helping you lose weight and gain confidence, share that. If it's paying for diapers or extra bags of groceries or coffee dates with your girlfriends, share that. It doesn't have to be, join my team for $99. It doesn't have to be quit your job, because not everyone's looking to quit their job, right? People are just looking for that extra bit of income and something that they can do on the side. So if you have a full-time job, share that. Like literally post about how you're working your business on your lunch break. It doesn't matter, but what it's doing for you is so much more powerful than what it actually is, if that makes sense. The other thing is just be excited, honestly. I know a lot of leaders say this, but it really makes a difference. The other day, I was so fired up because I just come off a Zoom, and I was voice messaging with this lady about the thermal package, and I signed her on the spot. I didn't have to follow up with her. It was 120 BV that came in, but she could actually hear it in my voice. I was just like, this is going to be amazing for you. It's going to replace your breakfast, which is going to be so easy. We have a product with a clinical claim on it. Like, this is amazing. And she actually was like, thank you so much. Like, I'm so excited about this, because the energy is contagious, you guys. So if you're just like, yeah, the keto coffee is $190, but you'd be getting it for $114 with a discount. It'll come in 5 days. I can get you signed up right now if you're ready. No, like, you got to share that excitement. So don't be afraid to use voice notes. Go live on your page, chat in your stories, and let people hear that excitement. Sarah Clark did an amazing post the other day about becoming credit card debt free. Like, that's huge. But she was so excited, her post. So you could actually feel that coming from her. Potentials pick up on that. And if they have 5 or 6 It Works distributors or 5 or 6 direct sales people on their newsfeed, who are they going to want to join? Somebody that is just like, oh yeah, I have this thing. Or someone who's so unbelievably filled with like hope and excitement and possibility. Like, they're going to want to talk to you first. So really make sure that you check your energy before you start prospecting for the day, or you start following up with people. It really makes a huge difference. And I know that Shelly and Mariska, when they've been running and Jenna as well, like, all 3 of those girls, when they've been running for promotions, you better believe that they were so excited about getting that dang promotion that they were able to sign like 3 times as many loyals that month as any other month, because A, they worked hard, but B, they were excited. Have a vision of where you want to go, you guys. So when we get a lot of no's, when we get a lot of people not responding to us, that's always fun. The work can feel kind of tedious or unfun. I'm just going to be honest. So the vision of where you want to go will keep you going. So if you want to make $200 extra a month, envision yourself becoming an executive and being announced as an executive by your leader. If you want to make an extra $500 a month in fast start bonuses, imagine all the amazing people that you're going to welcome to your team this month. The vision of where you want to go will pull you in that direction, and it keeps you going when things get stagnant, when things get hard, when you're having a hard time prioritizing time for your business. So think about where you're going, not what your current reality is right now, and personal development will help you guys with that. Any leader that I know does personal development, whether it's meditation, whether it's listening to free YouTube videos, whether it's getting an Audible account and starting to listen to audiobooks. You guys, I listened to personal development when I was working 50 to 60 hours a week. I did it while I walked to work. I did it while I was driving around doing my errands. I did it while I was cooking dinner or cleaning the house. So it's so important that you find a way to get in even just 5 to 10 minutes of personal development every single day. I do personal development as much as I can. So I'm in a coaching program. I'm listening to audiobooks because I have big goals and I know that the personal development is going to keep me positive even when reaching those goals gets challenging. So it's so important. And really be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. You are going to have lots of times where it feels like absolutely nothing is happening, but it is literally like growing a plant. The seed's going to be in the ground and it's going to be all hard and closed, and you're going to have to water it and fertilize it and give it sun and wait and wait and wait. And it'll really seem like nothing's happening, and all of a sudden one day there's going to be some shoots coming out of that ground, girl. So you really have to be patient and be consistent with that patience and have fun with it. Yes, what we do is work, but it's also really fun work. We get to hop on power hours with each other. We get to support each other. We get to watch each other go through promotions, which is really, really exciting. And we also get to help our customers get awesome bomb results. And we also get to help people make extra money. So rather than just kind of going around and being like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I need 400 volume to hit my promotion, and thinking about you, think about the fun of it. Think about the people that you're going to impact positively along the way. Get excited about your next promotion or whatever little milestone or win that you have in mind. I love that, Shelly. You do personal development daily, sermons, podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube when you're doing housework. See, Shelly's got 3 kids. She gets personal development in. I love that. Quick touching on getting your work in when you're busy. I feel like this always comes up, especially with new distributors who don't quite have the hang of how to incorporate their business into their day yet. It really is all about your mindset. So you wouldn't go to sleep at night without brushing your teeth and washing your face. You will just get into the habit of not going to bed until you've done a little bit for your business every day. And that doesn't have to be a lot. That can be adding a few friends every day. That can be sending 10 messages. It's just doing something every day to make sure that you're working your business is so important. So rather than thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so busy, I guess I'll just do nothing, think about, what do I have time for right now? So if you don't have time for this business, wake up earlier. Not my favorite idea either, you guys, but I used to wake up early and do even just 20 minutes or half an hour in the mornings while I would drink coffee and wake up. I did the most mindless tasks I possibly could when I would wake up early. I would send my happy birthdays, or I'd send my friend requests, or I'd send copy and paste messages that I literally had no brain power to do. And that honestly got me to diamond in 10 months, is just waking up half an hour earlier every single day and doing a bit of work before I would get ready for work. Set timers. It's very easy to get distracted when you are doing a power hour on your own. Give yourself 10 minutes to add as many friends as you can. Give yourself another 10 minutes to send as many messages as you can. And you'll be amazed at how much work you can actually get done in a very, very short amount of time. If you're strapped for time, focus on really what creates the most income, which is host to post. Posting on your stories and on your wall, and follow-ups. So we don't sign most of our customers or distributors from the first point of contact, or even the second, or even the fourth. We sign them from following up over and over and over again. So if you don't have time, hap, get out as many haps as you possibly can, check them regularly, add those people as friends, and continuously following up with them. I sign probably a quarter of my people from host to post right away, and I sign the rest of them from about 3 to 6 months after I originally connect with them. So that's where your consistency is going to pay off. They might have seen your host to post and gotten all excited about the product and then decided they didn't want to spend the money, but they're going to watch your stories about the coffee over and over and over and over again. And one day they'll answer a poll that says, yes, I'm ready to get started. And you will sign them as an LC. But it's going to take that consistency. It's going to take dripping on them continuously. So just make sure that if you're busy, you prioritize the things that are going to get you the most results, which is following up, HAPs, growing your network, which HAPs can sometimes incorporate, and sharing what you have. So share with excitement and share consistently, and you will be amazing. So that's all I really wanted to say, you guys. Just some general stuff to help you on your journey. Does anybody have any questions? No? Do any of my leaders want to say or add anything? No pressure.
I just want to call out Michaela for doing like an awesome live video today. Like, I don't know if this was your first live video, but it was honestly awesome. And I loved watching it, and you were so authentic. I thought you were amazing. So thank you for being so courageous.
Yay, live videos are so powerful in this business. Michaela, great job.
Thank you.
I don't think you touched on this, but one thing that helps me is to have a 6 list. So a list of 6 things that I have to check off before I go to bed every night. And I have that written down, and it has like my minimum what I need to do for the day in order
That's
to.
a great suggestion, Mariska. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, in order to know that I've done like, even just the minimum for my business in a day. So I usually do more, but like if I have a super busy day, or if we're taking the dogs to the beach and we end up at the beach for like several hours longer than we thought because it's such a beautiful day, and I get home and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't do anything for my business today. And I just like bang out my 6 list really fast before I go to bed. And that makes a huge difference, just to know that I've been consistent with my daily activities.
And not having that decision fatigue about, oh my God, what am I going to start with? Oh my God, what am I going to do now? No, you just literally have it. So if you're actually brain dead and you have no brain cells at all for your business, you can go through the list and you're like, okay, well on here it says that I have to minimum add 30 friends. That's not so bad. I'm just going to start with that. Oh, I'm going to message 25 people. It doesn't have to be big numbers.
No, it doesn't. It could be 10, right? But then at least you reached out to 10 people.
10 is better than 0, and 5 is better than 0,
Exactly.
If you can do 10, great. If you can only do 5, fine. But I love the idea of actually having it written down. And yeah, you guys, we do the same thing every single day, basically, for our business. We should know that by now, but you know what? It's distracting. There's a million, there's a Zoom we could hop on, or there's this post that we could read from one of our leaders tagged us in, and then we got a million people to respond to. It's easy to get pulled in a million directions. So if you actually have that little list written up of those priority income producing activities to follow, it really helps you not waste time and stay focused. So that's such a great tip, Mariska. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and like quite often I feel a little bit overwhelmed, and then I just get paralyzed, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to start with, and I'm just like completely paralyzed going, and so then I pull out that list, and then I can just check them off one at a time.
I love that so much. And you could have it as a background on your phone. You could have it right beside your workstation or wherever you like to work, or you could carry it around in your hundreds list, whatever works best for you. But just like you said, not having that paralysis is so important. So that's an awesome tip. Thank you for that.
Can I make another tip?
Yeah.
I went to HomeSense and I got myself a really pretty agenda for super dirt cheap. So, so I just write stuff, who I talk to. I basically make my hundreds list in my agenda. So it's in one.
Great too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even like for me, sometimes I'm like, okay, like, you know, when am I going to follow up with this person? If for some reason I'm not talking to them over Facebook Messenger, I'm going to write them down in my agenda. Like, oh, I want to follow up with them in 2 days. So I'm going to look ahead 2 days and write their name on my agenda, right? So however you want to use it to build your business and stay organized, I love that idea.
Yeah, right. I use that too. Like I have the It Works one, which I'm not a big fan of. I find there's not enough space in it, but like every day has a column, right? And so every day, one of my 6 list things is to have 5 new names on my hundreds list every day.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 people that I've actually talked to about product.
Yeah, and that's such a great achievable goal, is just to have 5 new names on there.
Yeah.
And I mean, usually it's more, but 5's minimum. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I love that.
For those that don't know, you can create reminders in your chats as well, right? So in the bottom corner, there's like 4 dots. And if you click on that, there's a section that calls reminders. You can click on reminders and then you can create reminders in there. So I put them in here, so it kind of lets my potential know that I've created that reminder to follow up with them, but I also write it down in my agenda as well. So that way, heaven forbid something happens to my Facebook and I get blocked or something, I've got it written down in my book so that I have record of who I've talked to.
That's so huge. Just having, you know, them see you as taking it serious is often going to make them take it more serious too.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that, like, you just are on the double follow-up system. You've got it written down and you got it as a reminder in Facebook. You'll never have anyone fall through the cracks that way.
Yeah, I started doing that too, writing it down and having the reminder. I used to rely on Facebook, and then I would find that those reminders get lost. And so writing it down has really helped me a lot. And the other thing too is that when those reminders go off, sometimes the potential gets back to me before I even have a chance to message them. So, you know, it like sends them a reminder too. So they know that I'm going to be contacting them. And sometimes they're like, oh, I'm ready. And other times they're like, oh, maybe not. Right. And then you just follow up with them again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, it just makes sure that not too much time goes by before you're actually connecting with them again. So we often feel like we're bothering people when we follow up, but really people get busy and they completely forget that they even wanted our product or the opportunity. So just like literally, you know, weekly and monthly and just continuously keeping in contact with our potentials is how we're going to get things signed. So that's so huge. I love that.
It might be a little weird, but I love doing follow-ups. I love it because it's like, it's people I've already talked to. So I know that there's a conversation. I can just read back and relate where we're at. Like, I love doing them. Some people hate it.
It shows in your business. You get high enrollments because you follow up and you're not afraid of having those conversations, connecting back with those people that you've already talked to. It's literally like you're a farmer and you're planting a seed and then you're walking away from that field and never ever coming back to that field to like pick the corn that you just grown. Like go back and harvest your crops. Like
no, well, there's people that I've been talking to for a year and they're signing now. So, you know, don't be discouraged when somebody doesn't sign with you in the first like few days or the first week or the first month, because sometimes it just takes people longer. Their time clock takes longer and they need to see your posts regularly to remember who you are and to remember that you're the person to go to when they're ready, right?
Right.
Exactly. Like I literally have been talking about getting an Instant Pot for so long. We had a contest to give away a couple. I like researched them here and there, whether they're good for people who eat a plant-based diet. I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I don't think it's really like that great or whatever. And then finally I was like, I need an Instant Pot. And it's probably been 2 years of like actually like thinking about them, looking at them. And then Sterling got me one for my birthday because I was like started talking about it all the time. Like it wasn't like I was like, I need this and then ran out and bought it the next day. That's how it works with our customers, right? Like
Right,
they may
for
be like,
sure.
yeah, that's cool with like the coffee and everything, but I don't really know that I need that. And then finally one day they're just gonna be like, dang it, I've seen this girl posting about it for a year. I wanna try it, you know, or 2 months or 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. Everybody's different.
Absolutely.
We have to wait until there's a change in their life where they actually need what we have, right? We don't want to push anything on anybody. We don't want to force anybody to buy something that they don't actually need. But you know what? Things change all the time in life, and we wait for that change. We wait for it to be the right time for them.
I always go back to my example that there was this one potential that I chatted with 21 times. 21 times.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in a spammy way. And
you weren't harassing her. You were having conversations.
It was a conversation that went back and forth 21 times before she became my customer. And there was another woman that started following me in like December, and it wasn't until May that she signed up with me as a customer. And at the point that she started following me and started implementing a new exercise regime and eating differently, she lost 25 pounds before she became my customer, right? So you don't know when someone is going to sign up with you, but they are watching and they are following your lead, and you just don't know when they're going to sign. And
that's why you want to have as many potentials as possible, because we can't control when they're going to be ready. Right. And so, you know, there's going to be those people that are ready a week after you talk to them, and there's going to be the people that are ready 2 years after. So in order to have consistent signings, you want to have a lot of different people that you're talking to. Because if you're relying on a few people that say, oh, I'm going to sign on Friday, you're not going to have any enrollments for that month. And you're not going to impact anybody positively. So you're right, Shelly. We don't know. It's like this big giant mystery of like when they're going to sign. They will sign, but it's going to be on their timetable, not on yours.
And I will say, I've been in this business for 13 months, and there's been less than a handful of people that have signed up on the first conversation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So fortune, like I know, like it's so cliche to say there's fortune in the follow-up, but there is fortune in the follow-up.
It makes me like look forward to it. I'm like, okay, you'll be back. We'll talk later.
Yeah, absolutely. my record for the quickest LC was 17 minutes, but like
it doesn't happen ever.
That's only happened one time. It doesn't happen that fast.
Yeah, such a good point. And so you don't feel like you're alone or that there's something wrong with you.
Right.
No, that's everybody.
No, yeah. And you know, and I know that in the beginning it can be frustrating, and it can be very daunting that like, oh my gosh, nobody signed up with me in the last week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or sometimes like I had months in the beginning where I had a whole month and nobody signed up with me, but all that work paid off in the long run because I didn't stop.
Yeah, you controlled your activity output and your effort. But you can't control the enrollments, but the enrollments will come if you put that effort in consistently. Yeah. So that is such good advice, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave it there so we don't take too much of your evening. I know some of you are in Eastern time. So thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you for the tips, Mariska and Shelly. Those were awesome.
Thanks for hosting, lady.
Yeah, and I'm so happy and grateful that you all were on here tonight. So thank you for your energy, and I'm just excited to help you guys have an amazing fall.
Yay, I'm super stoked. I can't wait. Like September's gonna rock.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. All right, you guys, thanks for hopping on.
Bye.
Yes, it is. I can't wait.